Adam. Thank you for coming in today for our third and final session. Just want to let you know, as always, what we talk about is confidential, except for if you're harm to yourself or others. And if you share any type of abuse or anything of that sort, then I need to report it. And also that you're okay that I share this information with your mom of what we talk about.
That's fine.
Okay. So last time we met, we kind of went over your assessment, and I gave you a lot of information about colleges and kind of where you're looking, financial aid, and also your interests that we had kind of gone over. So I don't know if you had a chance to look over that or talk with your mom in the process of it all.
Yeah, I looked over some stuff, and my mom's pretty supportive
Okay.
as far as what I wanted to do. So.
And have you been able to go more into detail or thoughts of what you'd like to pursue?
So I was talking with a friend of mine. He was involved in the Explorer program in the city, and thought it might be something for me to check out. So
Okay.
I kind of want to push towards that direction and see where it kind of leads.
Okay. And okay, so we're talking about the fire department, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what city were you kind of looking at for the Explorers program? I know we mentioned Rancho. Is that something that you wanted to consider?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And then, so with that, colleges around here that offer fire academies would be Crafton, Mount Sac, and I believe Rio Hondo, but Rio Hondo's pretty far. So is Mount Sac or Crafton something that you would like to?
I've heard good things about Crafton. I heard it's a good program.
Okay.
I know it's a full-time program, so it's like a Monday through Friday, like a 3-month kind of thing. So I think that's something that I'd like to look into.
Okay. Okay. So
I know there's prerequisites for it.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly, but I'm sure we could look up what those are. But I know you have to have prereqs to go in there. So.
Okay. And that would have to be prereqs through the college, correct? That you need to take. Okay. So then what we could do is, since you have that idea, what we can do is go through this and then kind of gear towards the prereqs to get your classes, like do the application for Crafton, do your financial aid, and then I'm going to show you kind of step by step in what month you need to have things done so that we have a plan for that. So basically, who am I? We did your self-assessment test to help reveal your strengths and interests.
Okay.
So we went through that, and then we did self-awareness activities, which is that paper that you did. So now we're going to do reflection and goal setting. So reflection was basically you going over what you feel that you want to do. So now our goal setting is looking into Crafton, the prereqs to make sure that you're set up, and then entering into the fire academy there.
Okay.
So explore what do I want to do. So learn about career options, research careers that match your interests and strengths, which we went over. So basically, how do I get there? So this is where we're going to work on. So extracurricular community-based learning experiences. So you're saying that Rancho has a good Explorer program. That's where we're going to do your community-based learning experiences. So what I'm going to do from now till, our next meeting and kind of finalize everything is get in contact with with Rancho, and then you can also too maybe go down there after school with your mom and see who you can talk to, fire chief and or whatever is needed. And then so your classes to align for career and college goals is going to be once we do the application for Crafton, then we'll be able to set up everything so that come next fall you're ready to go for that. Learning opportunities such as part-time job or career shadowing, so maybe they'll let you do a ride-along.
Yeah, we could look at that.
And see if they'll be okay with that. Financial plan to cover the cost of college and training. So with that, that's where FAFSA is going to come in. And also whatever Crafton can offer for help in the fire academy section. So each college has their own financial aid base of what they help. So it's not just based only on FAFSA, it's also based on the individual college itself.
Even community college?
Yes, even community college. And we can look into grants and scholarships as well that are offered through the college. So this is being aggressive, always, modify personal college and career plans as you learn and grow. So say you take a class and you want to specialize in something, fire science or whatever, like continue your education even though you're pursuing this. So that's kind of like what it's meaning. So applying for colleges. So September, okay, we know what what college you'd like to go to, major, how much can you afford. Now this is actually your junior year, I'm sorry. So you've already done your PSAT, then you took your SAT last year, which is good. This is all stuff that we've already done. So now we're here. So college essays. Granted, junior college, you don't need college essays. So it's just basically going to be an application, submitting your transcripts, SAT scores. So now we're going to work on your FAFSA. So now that we know what we're going to apply to, we're going to go through and do your FAFSA so that it goes to Crafton. So I will give your mom the website as well as you, and that's something that you guys need to do together because it's going to be based off of your family income. So January applications are due. So this is when we're going to apply for, do your application for junior community college. But granted, community college is like you don't necessarily have a major deadline, but we want to get it done so that you get first come based on your financial aid. So once they give up all the scholarships and grants, they only have so much. So I'd rather you be ahead of schedule than behind. So then by April, you should be getting information about what you were accepted into. Obviously, community college, they basically, as long as you have passing grades, they accept you. And then we'll figure out financial aid, scholarships, and what if there's anything through them that they were requiring from me, whether it's letters of recommendation or anything like that as well. So then also with that, you can even possibly look at playing baseball there too, if that's something that you would like to do. Granted, depending on when you go into the fire academy, since the fire academy is full time, but
yeah, how does that work? If I would say do the prerequisites in say the fall, and then maybe have the fire academy get in springtime, is it?
That's something that we can do. We can definitely look to see what all the prereqs are for their fire academy, and then from there, once you're done, so that's something that you're going to work on between me and you're going to have a school counselor in college too, that you meet with to kind of set up all your classes. So we can look to see what you need so that you're prepared going in saying like, okay, this is my goal to go into the academy at this time, so this is what I need to get done. It also depends on when they offer it, how much you're able to do just school, like are you planning on working part-time, or are you just going to focus on school to get into the fire academy?
I'm not sure at this time. I'd like to put as much as I can into it. But,
okay.
I just don't know.
Okay. So, and that's something that we can kind of cross that bridge once we get there. But the biggest thing now is looking at what you need to get in. So, which, financial aid is definitely a big part of it. So that's something that we need to work on in the next couple of weeks just to get it in. And then once you're in for junior college, then we can do their financial aid as well. So once we get that acceptance letter, then we can go over to them. So, any questions you have for me about all this? I know it's kind of fast-paced and...
So if you don't mind me asking,
sure.
What was your career steps to get to where you had to be, or your educational steps?
Very, very long road. I personally did not know what I wanted to do, and I didn't know what I wanted to do till I was 29. So I did community college. I went to Citrus, so I did that whole community college experience and trying to transfer out, which was difficult for me because when I was ready to transfer, it's when the recession hit, so they're cutting back on college classes, how many they were accepting, how often they were offering the classes, to how many people they were taking per class. So because of that, that kind of hindered what I wanted to do. I was going into like law enforcement type area. And then I decided to do psychology to kind of broaden my options of what I wanted to do after with my master's and going into that. And in psychology, I did that for 2 years at University of Phoenix. So, and a lot of people kind of like, I feel like a lot of people knock those types of schools. But honestly, in working full time and trying to finish my education, it was probably the best thing I could do. Granted, it is a little bit pricier. Like, student debt is real, and a lot of people don't realize that. And there's obviously ways to pay it off. There's obviously programs that are out there, but you have to be willing to look for it too, And then I decided to do counseling, and it took me a little while, but I'm here. So, and that's why it's always nice to kind of, especially at community college, like you know what you want to do, but you can always take those few other classes to say sports medicine. So you can get a feel for it to make sure this is your right path. So granted, you are on the right track of what you want to do, and doing those prereqs is important for the fire academy, but if you say need a couple more units, try sports medicine. Try different things that are going to, make sure this is what you want to do. And I suggest that to anyone who's looking at community colleges. Unless you're dead set from day one, I'm going to be a doctor, and some people change their mind all throughout their career. There's people who say do their master's and end up going back and completely doing something different. And it's okay to grow and change as, you hit different career paths. So I would definitely, just keep that in mind, but also at least do some sort of college, get things going. So, and again, everyone's situation is different. So, but that's just a little bit about me. But, and so I guess what we could do is look up Crafton's prereqs and kind of see where we're at there. So they have a fall. Okay, so they have a spring 2019 Fire Academy application, which we can print that and get it sent in. And then courses offering, well, that would be for 2019. So we want to look for 2020, actually.
Click and see what the application says.
Okay, so you need fire protection organization, fire protection technology, EMT medical technician certification, CPAT, which is a physical, and then complete medical clearance for firefighters. Okay. So the biggest thing is these three and having those done correct before. So with that emergency medical technician certificate, we need to see how many classes are having to with the EMTs.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that to get the EMT first before the fire academy, because we need to have that to go into it.
Okay. So that's something that we can look into that they offer, and how many classes it is to get that. Because you would probably have to do the semester. And then you would have to do, I'm assuming, ride-alongs or some sort of hours.
I think it's part of the class.
Okay. So it's a semester. We need to look into see, are you able to do all three in one semester? Or do you have to focus one semester on EMT and then another semester on the other two? So that's...
yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. So that's something that we can look into as to if you can get it all done in, say, fall of 2019. So that spring of 2020, you would be able to enter into the fire academy. And then we can look into where the CPAT's offered. But we need to make sure that we do the timing for it also, because if they want it within certain months of before, during, so.
Okay, yeah, I think it's like 6 months.
Okay, and then medical clearance for firefighters, which they have the attachment, and they give you a whole instructions on how to submit it. So transcripts. EMT, physical clearance. And then it will give you a whole overview of the fire academy. So it's a full time. Starts at 6, ends at 5:30. Wow, it's a long stinking day. And it's for 15 weeks. So, and that's definitely gonna be some dedication on your end and with your mom as well, supporting you and financially and all that also. So that's hopefully with the scholarships that maybe you are able to qualify for some extra money to kind of help supplement with that. So that's something that we can definitely look into. And then I would also too, when you do your ride along or looking into explorers, kind of talk to them and see if they have any suggestions, whether they can do some physical training with you, what to expect in the fire academy. And then it also goes down to your expenses, so that's good to know ahead of time also.
Physical training requirements.
Yes, so that's something that you can start preparing for now. Start training, and then also being able to go over the expenses with your mom, and hopefully, financial aid and scholarships will cover, and if not, what we can do from now until then to kind of get that ball rolling for that. And at least it gives you a whole weight training schedule. Mm-hmm. So then at least you guys are aware of that. Because then we'll still have to do your first semester for tuition also. So, and then there's your physical clearance. So I'm assuming you need to
Doctor has to
sign off. So granted, I know this is kind of a year ahead, but at least you have this to kind of guide you for the next year. And then we'll be able to do all this so that it all winds up. And we'll work with, once you get your acceptance letter, work with your counselor there as well at Crafton. And make sure that whatever she needs from me or he or she needs from me, that we can keep, that there's no hiccups in the process of it. So that's definitely something that we can do. And in the meantime, so what I can do is I can print this out for you. You can take it home, kind of look over it, keep it as your reference for things. Mm-hmm. From now until we meet again, I need you to go over your FAFSA, start filling that out. If you have any questions, your mom can email me, or you can come make an appointment, and we can go over it, because you are able to work on it and save it, where we can go back in and edit anything that we need to. And then, any questions that your mom has, she can email me about it. Okay. And then I would say we'll work on, we'll do in January your application for there to send in. And then that way, once we get all the acceptance letter in, then we can do your scholarships and grants through them. And we'll also do scholarships and grants through FAFSA. But Crafton may have one specifically for Fire Science or Fire Academy. So that's what we need to look into also. And then also, I will contact City of Rancho and see where I can get information about the Explorers program, who to talk to. And then I can email it to your mom, and then also if you guys can go down there and kind of get the ball rolling for that, so you can start.
Okay. I'll talk to one of my friends too and see what he says.
Okay. And then I definitely suggest ride-alongs, talking to firefighters who have gone through this, and even specifically Crafton if they have, so you have all information that you need. Okay. So any questions for me?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, so let's plan on that, and then we'll meet in a couple weeks.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.